Hi everybody, I'm Stephanie. I chose to do a small group called Chosen for mental health, and no one showed up. So I'm going to do it on video for now. Maybe others will decide they want to come later, and then I'll have an actual small group and I'll still do the videos because some people have mental illnesses that does not allow them to socialize and be out around people. So this is still for them, even if they can't or don't want to come out here. So I picked the name Chosen for the group because even with our mental illnesses or chronic diseases or whatever our hardships are, we are still chosen. We are still chosen by God. He still wants us, and He still wants to use us. The purpose for my small group is for us to build each other up and to be around others who possibly will understand our struggles and allow people to know that they're not alone. And mental health needs to be openly discussed. It needs to be available to talk about, especially in churches, because many churches and many Christians think that mental illness is not real and we just need Jesus, and that's just not the case. And also because I wish I had not had a group like this when I was going through the tougher times of mental illness. I wish I had known that it could be talked about and that it could be addressed. There are many types of different mental illnesses, some as depression or bipolar disorder, anxiety, eating disorders, personality disorders, OCD, PTSD, and a whole bunch more. I didn't want to list all of them because we would be here for a long time. Well, I would be here for a long time. I personally struggle with depression. I have since I was, probably 12. I was really young. And I did not get medical or medicinal help until I was in my 30s. And that's just a long time to struggle with something and not have help, especially for someone who has been a Christian for almost my entire life and not having other Christians or people in my lane to help me understand what was going on or to help me find help that I needed. What is depression? This is an explanation that I found today on medicinenet.com, and it is probably the best and most thorough explanation of depression. I'm just going to read it to you. It said, depression is an illness that involves the body, mood, and thoughts, and that affects the way a person eats, sleeps, feels about himself or herself, and thinks about things. Depression is not the same as a passing blue mood. It is not a sign of personal weakness or a condition that can be wished away. People with depression cannot merely pull themselves together and get better. Without treatment, symptoms can last for weeks, months, or years. Appropriate treatment, however, can help most people with depression. The signs and symptoms of depression include loss of interest in activities that were once interesting or enjoyable, including sex, loss of appetite with weight loss or overeating with weight gain, and emotional loss of emotional expression, or also called flat affect, so just not feeling really anything. A persistent sadness, anxious or empty mood, feeling of hopelessness, pessimism, guilt, worthlessness, or helplessness, social withdrawal, unusual fatigue, low energy level, a feeling of being slowed down, sleep disturbance, and insomnia, early morning awakening or oversleeping, trouble concentrating, that scared me, At least you have a little bit of a laugh during the video. Sleep disturbance and insomnia, early morning awakening or oversleeping, trouble concentrating, remembering, or making decision, unusual restlessness or irritability, persistent physical problems such as headaches, digestive disorders, or chronic pain that does not respond to treatment, and thoughts of death or suicide attempts. Some people have a few of the symptoms. Some people just have where they're just down a little bit. And some people, like myself, have multiple, like a lot of the symptoms. And for me personally, mine wasn't just irritability. I was just angry, like really, really angry all the time. And I often would refer to myself as the Hulk because, like in the movies, he says the key is that I'm always angry. And you just hide it or you don't. So for me, it was extreme anger. If you know me, I have headaches 24/7. I have body aches all the time. Like it's not just, like depression is not just a mental thing. It is a full body experience. And when you go from, sometimes you sleep a ton, sometimes you don't sleep at all. Then you add the not sleeping with the irritability and all the other stuff going on. It makes for a very grumpy person, at least for me. Another thing that I wanted to say is that the group or my videos aren't just for people who have depression. It could be for anything. Like one of my closest friends has severe social anxiety, and to the point where the person will hyperventilate and cry just thinking about having to go outside and be around other people. There are so many different aspects to this, and it's so important for us to be open to them. Another reason I'm doing the videos, because there are people that way. There are people that need to hear what I'm going to share, but cannot get themselves to get here, or maybe they have kids and they can't get out on a Wednesday night. That's okay too. Whatever floats your boat. I'm just happy you're listening. Anyone can join or obviously watch. And like I said, it's not just for people who are dealing with issues. Even if you're not, but you're interested in maybe learning how to help others that do go through this. And if you don't deal with it and you don't have depression, whew, thank the Lord, because it's no picnic. Be thankful. But yeah, so even if you're just wondering what it's about or the things that people deal with, welcome. I'm glad you're here. My videos are going to be pretty short because, you know, obviously I'm not sitting here talking to a bunch of people. I'm looking at my pillows with my phone sitting on them. So it's going to be short. I'm not going to go on and on and on about different stuff. It's just going to be a little snippet here and there. Or, you know, if I hear from people that want me to go over a certain topic, that's okay too. I found a quote the other day that I absolutely loved, and I had to make a painting for it, but it says, "You are not unwanted. You are chosen. You are not unloved. You are to die for. And you are not alone. You are his." And I absolutely loved it, and it's so important that we remember that. And if you are struggling, please reach out. Find somebody to talk to, or there are always those anonymous hotlines that you can call and talk to someone, especially if you are feeling suicidal. I've been there. I will cover that in another video. Probably next week I will share more of my story. But remember that you are not alone, that it is a real disorder. It is something that's not working right in our brains. Something doesn't fire right. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. There are medications. There are counseling. There are so many avenues that you can try. I'm still trying to get my medication right because all medicine comes with side effects. So you have to figure out what side effects work or you can live with versus not having anything. I personally much prefer the side effects over being the Hulk. So join with me next week and I will share more of my story. Bye.